My name is Sarah Thompson. I am 62 years old. I live alone in my small apartment in Liverpool. My husband Michael passed away 10 years ago. I have only one daughter. Her name is Emily. Emily moved to Australia many years ago. Now she lives in Sydney with her husband and one daughter. She has a good life. She has a beautiful house and a stable job. She seems happy. But I live here alone. Every morning I wake up early. I make tea and breakfast. I tidy the apartment. I water the plants. In the evenings, I sit by the window. I look outside at the empty streets. Nobody comes to visit me. Emily calls sometimes. Sometimes she sends messages. Sometimes she says, "Mom, I will come soon." But she never comes. Still, I wait for her. I love her more than anything. She is my only child. I keep her baby photos in a small box. I look at them every day. I remember her tiny hands, her laughter, and her first words. One rainy afternoon, there was a knock on my door. I opened it. It was Emily. I could not believe my eyes. I said, "Emily, is it really you?" She smiled. Her eyes were full of warmth. I hugged her tightly. Tears ran down my cheeks. She stepped inside. I made tea for her. We sat in the living room. I asked, "How is James? How is little Mia?" She said, "They are fine, Mum. They are well." And I asked, "Why did you come? You said you would come soon, but it has been years." She looked at me and said softly, "Mum, I missed you. I worried about you. I wanted to see you. I thought it was time we were together." I felt a mix of joy and fear. I wanted her here, but I also worried. "But Emily," I said slowly, "this is my home. I do not want to leave. I have lived here for decades. Michael lived here. This is my life." Emily looked at me seriously. She said, "Mom, I understand. But your apartment is small. You live alone. In Sydney, you will be with me, with Mia. You will have your own room. You will not be lonely." That night, I could not sleep. I sat in my armchair and thought, I loved my home. I loved my memories. But Emily was my only daughter. I had to decide. The next morning, Emily said, "Mum, you do not need this apartment anymore. I want you with us. We can sell it and start a new life together." I looked at her. She smiled warmly. I felt love in her eyes. Finally, I said, "Yes, Emily. I will come with you." I packed my things slowly. I sold the apartment. Emily took care of everything. We went to the airport together. My heart was heavy, but it was also light. I was going to be with my daughter. At the airport, Emily said, "Mum, wait here. I will bring a wheelchair. You cannot walk so far." I nodded and sat down. 10 minutes passed. She did not return. 20 minutes passed. Still no Emily. I began to feel uneasy. 30 minutes passed. I looked at every face. I hoped it was her, but it was not. My heart pounded. I told myself, "Emily cannot leave me. She is my daughter." A police officer noticed me. He came and asked, "Ma'am, are you waiting for someone?" I said, "Yes, my daughter. She is bringing a wheelchair. We are going to Australia." The officer asked for a photo. I showed him Emily's picture and the ticket. He nodded and said, "Please wait here. I will check." I waited, my heart racing. After a long while, he returned. He looked serious. He said softly, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. Your daughter has boarded the plane. She went alone. She did not bring a wheelchair." I froze. I whispered, "No, that is not true. Emily loves me." The officer said, "I saw it. She went on her own." My tears fell freely. My heart ached. The officer said, "Some people forget their hearts." His voice was gentle. Then he said, "My name is John Harris. You remind me of my mother. She passed away 2 years ago. Please, come with me. You cannot sit here alone." I was hesitant. He smiled. "It is not trouble. It is care. You deserve kindness." He called his wife Laura. He told her, "We have a guest. She is alone. Can she stay with us?" I heard Laura say, "Of course, bring her home." That night, I stayed with John and Laura. They were warm and kind. Laura cooked for me. She treated me like a mother. I cried in my room, missing Emily, but I also felt love from strangers. Days passed. John helped me with appointments. He brought my medicine. Laura made me feel at home. I prayed for Emily every day. I prayed she was safe. I prayed she would always be happy. One evening, John asked, "Do you ever think about your apartment?" I said, "It is gone, but I have found a new home here." Emily was far away, but I had people who cared. I felt grateful. I learned that family is not always who you expect. Sometimes love comes in unexpected ways. What would you do if you were in Sarah's place? Tell me in the comments below. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe.